Hey, hi everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about non-WISAM datasets and WISAM datasets and differences between non-WISAM and WISAM datasets. In our earlier session, we have seen in our earlier videos, we have seen introduction to mainframes, emulator configuration, and other basic of mainframes. Now we will see what is dataset in mainframe, differences between them, when which dataset we use, that we are going to discuss in this particular video. So there are two types of datasets in mainframe: non-WISAM datasets, WISAM datasets. Again, there are two types in non-WISAM dataset: physical sequential file, or we can call as a plot file, or we can call as a sequential file. There is another type in non-WISAM data sets, that is PDS, partitioned data set. PDS stands partitioned data set. In WISAM, there are four types of files are there. So here data set or file, both are same. KSDS, key sequenced data set. ESDS, entry sequence data set. RRDS, relative record data set. LDS, linear data set. So let's try to understand what we do with the PS file, what we do with the PDS and other files. So let me take notepad. Yeah. First, we will discuss about one by one each file. First, we will discuss about PS file. In mainframe, PS file is nothing but sequential file, or we call as a plot file, or physical sequential file. What is PS file? Okay, so sequence, it is a similar to notepad. PS file, it is a similar to notepad. So in notepad, what we do in Windows, we will write the data. If you take this notepad itself, I'm writing the data, right? Similarly, in sequential file, we can store the data. So what type of the data, if you ask me, it can be customers data, bank customers data, insurance company customers data, retail company insurance data, retail company customers data. You can take any data. So you want to store transaction details, ATM transaction details, retail market transaction details, and so on. You want to store employee data or employee information, we can store. So any type of the data we can store in sequential file. So in PS file, we can write the data through program. I can do sequential read. We can do sequential read from PS file. We can update the data. So what is the meaning of write? Write is nothing but inserting a new row. Inserting new rows is called write. Okay, so write is nothing but insert in SQL. There we call as insert, here we call as a write. Write is the verb to write the data into sequential file. We can do sequential read, nothing but we can read if already PS file has some data. If you want to read the data from sequential file, that can be, sorry, if you want to read the data sequentially from PS file, yes, we can do it. So what is sequential read? Why you are highlighting sequential read? If you ask me that question, yeah, I'll be giving the explanation here, team. So there are 100 records are there in a sequential file. okay, or 1000, 4000, like number is as per your wish. Okay, so I have a, so I'm keeping 99, so 99, 100 record. So we have data from 1 till 100. So there are 100 records are there. If I want to read 99th record, if I want to read 99th record, then first I have to read first 98 records. Then only you can read 99th record. So without reading 98, it is not possible to read 99 in a sequential file. That is the reason we are calling as a sequential read. So reading the data from first record till end, that is called sequential read. That is called sequential read. Okay, right. So update. So update is nothing but updating the data. So we have seen what is write, what is sequential read. Updating the data means already file has some data. You are updating the customer phone number, or you are updating a phone employee address or something like that. So if you take an example, you might be having account number in bank, right? So whenever you move from one place to another place, we will update our address. That is called update only. So update or rewrite, both are same. Both are same. Then after, so these are all the things we can do in PS5. Okay, these are all the main functions. So where we use, when we use, if that is a question team. So in real time, to store transactions data, to store transactions data, like ATM transactions or bank daily transactions or any insurance premium transactions or loan payment transactions. If you want to store any transaction details in real time, we will be using PS file. So sometimes some users will call PS file as a transaction file. Some users will call as a transaction file. So this is all about PS file. Then, so we have something called PDS. PDS stands partitioned data set. So PDS in real time we use to store or to write the programs or JCLs, compilers, copybooks. So this you know at this moment, just you remember these are all the things are there in mainframe. Okay, if we start discussing this topic, it will become early discussion. Okay, so I don't want to get into this because this is other module, other course, I can say altogether. These are all other in other courses you will come to know all these particular keywords. Okay, what is JCL, what is a compiler, what is a copybook, and so on. So we used to write the programs as simple as, if you write a Java file, if you're writing a Java program, we will create a .java file, right? Similarly, we create a member. So collection of members, called PDS. So what is a PDS? Collection of members called as a PDS, partitioned data set. So inside PDS, members will be there. So in each member, you can write the data or you can write the program. So one member is equivalent to one sequential file. Sequential file. So we can store the data in a PS file. We can store the data in a member of PDS. Okay. So PDS you can consider as a folder. In a folder you can have a multiple notepads. Something like that you can consider. So PDS is something like folder. In a folder we generally will store notepads, right? Member is nothing but notepad. In sequential file, okay, so nothing but in member, we write the programs, we write the JCLs, compilers, and copybook. So there might be a cross question. Can we store the data? What type of the data? What data we are storing in sequential file? Can I store same data in member of PDS? 100%. You can store the data, customers data, transactions data, employee data, any type of the data we can store in member of PDS. But it is not a best practice, as in real time we use sequential file to store the data, not PDS. Then, so these two are non-VSAM files. Okay, so this is all about non-VSAM files, PS and PDS. So VSAM, in VSAM we are having four type of data sets. One is KSDS. So KSDS stands for key sequenced data set. So the names stands only tells the KSDS name itself tells that data is going to store based on key. Data is going to store based on the key. What is the key meanings here? Primary key. Data is going to store the data. Data is going to store based on the primary key. So what is the meaning of primary key? So in SQL team, what we do, we will create a table, one of the field, we will make a primary key, right? In file terminology also, in file system also, we can make any field as a primary key, or you can use two fields as a primary key. That is possible. Like example, customer number, customer name, customer address, customer phone number. If you want to make one of the field as a primary key, yes, you can make it. So when you are making the field as a primary key, hence it will not allow duplicates. So duplicates are not allowed. So whereas PS file, it will allow to store duplicates, because there is no concept of primary key in PS file. There is no concept of primary key in PS file, but we have in KSDS. So duplicates are not allowed. Then after, we can write the data into KSDS. All are files only, right? So we can write, we can do read, but there are three types of reads are supported by KSDS. One is sequential read, random read, dynamic dynamic read. So these three reads are available. We can do update and we can do delete also. So let me highlight what is random read. So reading a particular record, if I want to read 99, I can hit 99 record. I don't need to read first 98 or 100 at all. Whichever record you want to read, you can hit it. That is called random read. Then what is dynamic read? So combination of dynamic, sorry, combination of random plus dynamic, sequential. So what does mean, team? If I want to read last from 50th till end, or from 75th record, from there I want to read till 100. So that is called dynamic. So we want to place at a in middle of the somewhere the file. I want to read from particular record till end of the file. So that is called dynamic read. That is called dynamic read. So random dynamic reads are not possible with the PS file or PDS. So that is all about delete. So now, so we are done with the write, read, update, delete. Okay. So yeah, these are all the operations maximum we can do, team. Okay, so retrieval is faster compared to other PS files, other components. Then ESDS. Okay, so ESDS is stands for entry sequenced data sets. Entry sequenced data set. So in ESDS also we can write the data. We can do only sequential read. We can do dynamic read. Sorry, we can do only sequential read and update. So which is similar to PS file. It is similar to PS file. Then what is the difference between PS file and ESDS? I will give you a list. Okay, so let me finish RRDS and LDS. Then we can focus on the compare. We can I don't focus on the differences. Exact all the differences. So here also we can store the data. Okay, nothing but store or nothing but write. So RRDS also we can do all the operations what we are doing with the KSDS we can do with the RRDS. But the major difference is we will be having the primary RRN, relative record number. Okay, so the difference between KSDS RRDS, data will be stored based on the key. Key is a part of your file structure. So your primary key can be customer number, customer name, customer address, or phone number. So one of them or two of them can become a primary key. Whereas RRDS, RRN number is not part of your record structure. It is a separate, RRDS is the data set itself. It will maintain a one sequence number. Okay, it will maintain a one sequence number for every record. Let's say I have a record number 1101, 1002, something like that it is there. So for every record what we insert against that row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know what the data is there. Just it keep on ascending a sequential number. So that is called RRN. Data will be stored internally based on the RRN. So even RRDS also we can able to. So there is no concept of duplicate. Duplicate means data itself. Here the RRN number is based, so you can have similar the data what is there in the first row you can have in the second row. So indirectly it allows the duplicate also because RRN is different, right? So data is different. So next, the operations we can do, what we are able to do with the other operations we can able to do with the RRDS also. So LDS, in a simplest way I'll say that, so this is used by DB2 DBA team. We don't use it as a developer, as a support team member. We use the LDS is used by DB2 DBA for DB2 purpose. Simple. Okay, so if you are a DB2 DBA, yes, 100% you should know what is LDS, how it will be created. Okay, so these are all the data sets in mainframe. Now I will try to give the major difference points, non-VSAM and VSAM. Okay, these are all the differences between them. So I'll be listing one by one. So in non-VSAM, we can do only sequential read, first point, and we can read, we can store. Okay, dataset can store, okay, on dash D direct access storage device or tape. So non-VSAM files cannot you cannot be used in online application as a database layer or as a database layer component. Okay, so this is the one. So these are all the three. Next, when it comes to VSAM team, so one It supports sequential read, sequential, random, and dynamic. So these three reads are going to support by VSUM file. So next, dataset resides only on dash D. Third one, VSUM files can be used. VSUM files can be used in online application. In online application. So we can delete the data from VSUM files, whereas in non-VSUM file, deleting the data is not possible. Okay. So if delete is not possible, what is the solution? You have to rewrite with the spaces. Only we have, this is the solution. Okay. So these are all the major differences between non-VSUM file and VSUM file. So let me give a conclusion for this particular video by giving a tabular format. All the points I will give in the tabular format: ES file, ESDS, RRDS, RRDS, and KSDS. So can I write the data? Yes, we can write the data. It is possible. We can write the data in ESDS. Can we write the data in RRDS? Yes, we can do here also. Then sequential read. If you talk about sequential read, so sequential read is also possible in all the files. Then when it comes to random read, so it is not possible here. No, even ESDS also not possible. So then when it comes to dynamic read, so dynamic read is not possible in PS file, not even in RRDS. So we can update every, okay. So these are all programmatically I am talking to. So update is possible here. Yes, yes, yes. Here is yes. Can I delete? So delete. No, no, yes, yes. It is possible. What else? So how data is going to store? So if it is a PS file, data is as normal. There is no separate concept. We have something called RBA, relative byte address. So this is not part of this particular course theme. You can explore it what exactly RBA. Relative byte address. Data internally is going to store based on the RBA, relative byte address. RRDS, data is going to store based on RRN, relative record number. When it comes to KSDS, it is going to store based on the key. Okay, so if you see the table which I have listed now, PS file and ESDS file almost the same. There is no single difference practically. Okay, storing it is okay, except that rest of the things are same. Only PS file will not support CACS. It can store on tape, whereas ESDS, it will resides only on dash D. So these are all the differences between different files. So we have covered in this video what is non-VSUM datasets, what is a PS file, what is the need of it, what is VSUM file, different types of VSUM files, and what are the operations we can do in this VSUM file. So that's all about the datasets team. So thank you for watching this video. We will We will meet in another video with another concept. Thank you. Thanks again.